Good, got all that. Music going. Okay, very nice. Okay. Hello, everybody. Sorry about the wait there. That's my bad. And there's that phone I have up giving an ad. Okay, but anyway, I am here now. Thank you. Thank you for your patience. And yeah, let's talk about Iron Hands. So Iron Hands is in my opinion viable in OU. I think it's absolutely viable in OU. And I think it's probably viable in NatDex, but NatDex is a bit of a higher power level, so it's kind of a different game. And Iron Hands does like, it does like, what am I trying to say? What was I going to say? It likes Terra. That's what I was going to say. It likes Terra. NatDex, of course, has no Terra. However, there is something in NatDex that Iron Hands really does like, which is Tapu Koko. Tapu Koko, boost Quark Drive, boost electric attacks, leads to just a very, very strong Iron Hands. So that was the main inspiration behind this idea. Is, yeah, just that. Quark Drive Koko. Because the idea is, like, what switches in on Tapu Koko, right? What switches in on Tapu Koko? Well, for Hawthorne, Tinglu, Blissey, and Chansey, Clodsire. And is that it? Is there anything else big? I guess, like, kind of Heatran. Heatran, Glow King, kinda. Anything else? That's pretty much it. So you notice all the things that switch in on Koko, you U-turn and you get rolled by Iron Hands. Now, I did see some people mention grassy terrain, and I do think Rillaboom's good, and I'm not opposed to putting them both on a team necessarily. But Ora Fantastica, no. As far as I'm aware, no, we have not. Okay, yeah. I'm not opposed to putting these guys both on a team. I'm really not. But I don't think Iron Hands and Rilla are as strong as Koko and Hands are together. You don't get the Quark Drive boost. You weaken Earthquake, but not, not Headlong Rush. And you don't get the power boost. So, it's not that great. These two together are really scary. Really, really scary. But it does come with some issues. So there are a few sets I could consider running here. I could see Assault Vest being a good idea. Yeah, so possible sets. I think Leftovers, obviously. Assault Vest. Lumberry is a classic. And I'd say even Quick Claw. If no other item is really doing it, I could consider even Quick Claw. And I guess probably Shaka Berry as well. I could maybe see pulling up with. But yeah, it kind of just depends on the team we build around it. Yeah, it really depends on the team we build around it. But that's the thing. We kind of have to decide what set we want it to be first. Because if it's AV, that actually gives us a good amount of defensive utility that we should, build in. Gene Grodsky, I'm glad I've been able to help out. Thank you for coming on stream. No, I was not hacked. My guest was, and I guess technically me as well because I was on that account. But we're going to redo that Galarian Moltres stream. Also, I saw someone mention that they wish Iron Hands got upper hand. Guys, we got to talk about upper hand. This move only works in cases where someone is using priority against you. So a super slow Pokemon with upper hand is like useless. Who is ever clicking a priority move against Iron Hands? Its base speed is 50. Nobody, like, nobody. Okay. His account, the guest, Osma's account is recovered. So the situation's fully resolved, but no, we didn't find the perp, as far as I know. Okay. Punching Glove. Ooh. That is a great idea. That is a fantastic idea. I totally forgot about Punching Glove because we're probably going to be running all punching moves, and not having to worry about hitting Moltres and stuff is a great, great idea. So I'm leaning Punching Glove just because of the consistency that offers. Because now with the Punching Glove against stall teams and stuff, we can just pretty consistently get through. And not, well, unless it's shedinja, but you know, I'm going to put on a Pursuit Trapper because I'm so freaking tired of shedinja teams, dude. Okay, Iron Hands though. Let's look at this. Sableye, Mega. Because really what I like about this thing is that, oh geez, we're super gonna break in electric terrain. Yeah, oh look at that. That's a beautiful calc to see. Two-shotting Max Def Mega Sableye. Yeah, Punching Glove is just going to make this thing a lot more consistent. Like, I don't want to have to necessarily predict every time they might go into a Volcarona or a Moltres or whatever. Not having to take Pharaoh Iron Barbs damage is pretty sick too. Glad you guys liked the Hot Takes vid with Blender. That was a lot of fun to record. Yeah, he was a lot more chill than I thought he'd be, because I've never, like, even though we're both Poketubers and we kind of like occasionally exchange ideas, I've never actually been on a call with the guy before. And after seeing his videos, I thought Blender would be a very like intense guy, but he really wasn't. He was very relaxed, at least during the call. But I know he can be intense as well. Thoughts on Victory Bell? Honestly, I was kind of upset at first because Victory Bell is one of my favorite Pokemon. But Big Root is actually... No, we're not going to do that. Yeah, I was upset about Victory Bell at first. But now I'm like, you know, it's kind of goofy, but I sort of respect it in a way because it is goofy. I don't know. It's sort of weird. I just hope they make it not terrible competitively. I still like Victory Bell. Mega Victory Bell is not exactly everything I'd hoped, but at the same time, I feel like there wasn't... It feels hard to design a Mega Victory Bell. But yeah, I'm thinking we go with Punching Glove. My inclination, we obviously go Max Attack Adamant. This is a breaker. For the rest, I'm thinking probably Max Spadef. Max Spadef on Iron Hands is kind of a classic. So yeah, just basically bulk is multiplicative, guys. So basically that just means, you know, you multiply HP and Spadef. So it's always more impactful to invest in the lower stat in those cases of multiplication. And since Iron Hands' base HP is so high, I'm not saying investing in its HP is bad, but it's generally better to invest in a defense, especially with Drain Punch, right? So we recover more health for Drain Punch. It doesn't make a ton of sense to run a lot of HP on it. Would I ever build Mega Sableye in anything but stall? Yes, I do have Mega Sableye Veil like on my list of teams to build. I think that would be kind of cool. Yeah, I hope it's not Mega Venusaur too as well, because Mega Venusaur is boring. Like, it's a good Pokemon and all, but it's just so not interesting. So I do hope they make it have something cool. But I do hope they don't make all the Megas just like goofy children's like rounded, silly rounded shapes. I would like to see some of the Megas actually look cool, like Beedrill and, Gallade. Like these are great. Like Banette, I think this is the best design Mega ever. Is Banette? I think this is peak. You can't really get better design than Mega Banette, in my opinion, of course. But like I want to see an actual cool Mega that makes me go, whoa, that's sick. And Victory Bell is not that. It just is not that. That's the other thing. It's got, yeah, someone else noted Victory Bell's attacking stats being mixed doesn't really bode well for a Mega. I hope they kind of cut one of their attacking stats and turn this thing into a special attacker. Because with all that bouncing around, like it's not going to be a hard hitter on the physical side, hopefully. Corrosion, I'd be down. Corrosion is an ability I'd like to see more often. I'd say Corrosion. Corrosion special attacker would be sick, in my opinion. Or maybe like a buffed Corrosion where it can just hit steals with all poison type attacks would be sick. What would you give I'd give Escavalier a Mega, because that's one of my favorite Pokemon. Like that's actually, I'd say that is my favorite Pokemon, other than Mega Heracross. But I like Escavalier better than base Heracross. But anyway, let's talk about, it's fun talking about that, but let's, Louise and 7, hello. Okay, let's talk about this core. So here's the problem. Good news. I'm liking Punching Glove a lot. So good news. Breaking core complete once we have a Pursuit Trapper. Maybe we just let go of the Shedinja incident, but let me check like what actually Shedinja usage is in this tier, because I kind of feel like it's sort of a lot. Shedinja. Like that's almost 1%. That's not a lot, but jeez. Okay, let's check high ladder. Like if we go 16, because Natex isn't that high, so let's... Okay, it becomes slightly less, and let's check higher ladder. This time it becomes slightly more. So, I don't know, 1 in 100 teams, huh? I don't know, guys. We might have to put on Pursuit. But, like, so few Pokemon actually get it that are really good in OU. I hate Shedinja so much. I hate it so much. It's such a matchup fish. Like you just like there's absolutely no skill in loading up. Well, okay, that's not true. There's skill. There is not a lot of skill in loading up a Shedinja stall. You're just kind of like hoping you don't face a team with sand. And if you do, you lose. And if you don't, it's like, oh, I'm gonna Shedinja all over them. Yeah, it's just. We could just like throw a dark move on this, but it doesn't seem like that doesn't seem like a good idea. That seems like something that would just. I mean, I guess like Fire Punch could kind of fit with this set. We don't really need it for anything except, I guess, one-shotting Pharaoh, but that's, I mean, that is something. Rock Slide could be, no, we really don't need that. But yeah, Fire Punch is not doing anything for us outside of Shedinja. I guess maybe Fire Punch, 4th move on hands. Oops. So I'll say, yeah, Swords Dance, or well, I think Thunder Punch, Ice Punch, Drain Punch, Swords Dance, Close Combat, Fire Punch are all considerations. All right. Okay, so that's solid. Breaking core complete once we have a Pursuit Trapper. The bad news is that Iron Hands is slow and provides no reliable defensive utility. How many times have you guys heard me say that, right? a lot. No reliable defensive utility on a slow Pokemon. You know, it's not ideal. Now, the good thing is I think Hands is a strong enough breaker to make up for it. One thing I also want to check is if we can live a Charizard Mega Y hit with... Oh, yeah, okay. That's a lot better than I thought. We absolutely can survive that, no problem. I mean, it's going to do a chunk, but like I think we even live a Fire Blast. Yeah, we're even living Fire Blast without too much of an issue. So that's pretty solid. Okay, yeah, I'm feeling better about that Spadaf after seeing that calc. Actually, I wonder how much like a Mega... We actually have a good chance to one, or like yeah, we have a good shot to one-shot Mega Diancie with Thunder Punch. That's wild. I'm really excited to use this thing. And surely Gliscor is dying, right? To one Ice Punch. Oh, God, no. Wait, hold on. I forgot the Punching Glove. Gliscor, defensive Gliscor has an 83% chance to die from Absolute Full. That is great news. That is great news. What if someone watches this stream and tries matching up with Shedinja? Then they do it. You know, I can't do anything about that. I just have to hope my viewers are... I think any viewer that's degenerate enough to like actually try and counter team snipe me isn't high enough on the ladder to get me. That's my bet. Degenerate behavior is often linked with low ladder players. Not always, but it's got a very high level of consistency there. So Killerfish saying Tangrowth with knockoff might be good as an EQ switch and a Shed answer. So here's the problem. A Tangrowth comes in, a Shedinja switches out. Literally nobody's going to be like, well, there's a Tangrowth. It could poison me, my Shedinja. It could knock off my Shedinja. It could hidden power fire my Shedinja. But let me just leave it in and see what happens. No, not gonna happen. So yeah, no, we're not going to do that. But okay, we kind of have to decide what sort of team we want this to be. Do we want it to be faster paced or slower paced? We have two options. There's basically balance and offense routes. Balance probably takes us down the classic, you know, Alomomola plus priority plus pivots and support kind of path. And offense probably just going to be like, you know, pivots, probably Iron Valiant, this kind of thing. So what kind of team does Iron Hands want to be on more? Oh yeah, there is also one option. Trick Room. Or Semi-Trick Room, I should say. Which leads to Slowbro, basically being a pivot here. Yeah, some people in chat insisting that Shedinja is not that good, and I know, but people still do it. And I want to be ready for... I want to punish them for making that choice. But yeah, so the question is, it's really a matter of how fast Iron Hands breaks, which is tough. Because if Iron Hands needs time and wants to come in multiple times, then I think we want to go with a balanced route. If it is kind of hard to actually restore its health with Mola, and if it's hard to restore its health with Mola and it really just wants to get in and deal some damage once, then it's going to be offense. Yeah, and when I say offense, I mean like bulky offense too. It's all under the offense umbrella. AV, I wouldn't think AV Olo. I'd probably want Wish Pass if I'm going to go with an Olo balance with an Iron Hands, especially since we're not investing in HP. We can actually heal Iron Hands up a good bit. Yeah, it's tough. I do like the idea of AV Bolt here. Slowbro, Alamamola, Iron Valiant, all good possibilities. There was something else I was thinking. I just lost it. What was it? Oh, Iron Treads, of course. Got to consider that. Could be like that electric spam. I kind of wanted to make electric spam in OU, but it could work pretty well in Nat decks as well. I could see it being good. Because we build so many Mola balances on here, let's try offense first. And then we'll kind of see where that takes us. One thing we could actually do is terrain extender on Coco. If we end up going with a team where a lot of things appreciate that. But either way, you know, offense will just be kind of quicker and easier to build, and it'll give us an idea what how Iron Hands performs really, which is going to be valuable. Why not Supercell Slam over Thunder Punch? We have a punching glove is one thing. I want to protect from contact. And also, I hate Supercell Slam. I will never use that move. I am the biggest Supercell Slam hater. I think it's terrible. Like, I mean, just like look at this move, right? 95 accuracy, and if you miss, you take 50% health. So it just has a 1 in 20 chance of totally screwing you over. And that happens if a ground type comes in. It's like a high jump kick on a ghost type if a ground type comes in. So, and all for like what? Like just a little bit more power? Like how often is it really that important that your electric move is stronger? No, you won't catch me running Supercell Slam. No, sir. No, sir. Also, I just realized we do kill Mega Diancie in one hit in terrain. That's so funny. Okay, so from here, we do want something that can switch into Zardwai, is the thing. This might be time for the famed Chansey offense I always want to try. Or, you know, Chansey Blissey offense. Could be good. You know what else? I want to quickly, before I lose this idea, there was another team I had a while back. Go into Nat decks here. It was a team I had. Yeah, I was trying this kind of thing out. I wonder if... No, there was no Coco, so I don't think Iron Hands would fit that well. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Iron Hands would fit too well in these kinds of models. Okay, well, anyway. I don't really understand the insistence that I use Mega T-Char. I guess it kind of makes sense here, but like everything's taking sand damage, which I really don't love. So I don't know about that. Landorus is classic for an offensive staple. We could just go with that. Problem is we kind of do want hazard removal with how this team's looking, so maybe Landorus is the defogger. Let's see. Let's see, because that gives us a lot of options for rockers. We do have the mega slot still available too. Maybe we can go Diancie as kind of a pseudo answer to Zardwai here. Gives us really solid on the removal side. Gives us a huge issue with water types though. We need a really solid Wellspring answer in the last. It does help with our fire problem. Let's say we went Diancie, what would the last be? Well, we need priority as well. So it would probably have to be like a Rillaboom if we were to go with this. Which does not look terrible. No, but then that's too weak to Tapu Lele, so this isn't going to work because we need a Fairy Resist as well. I feel like King Gambit looks kind of nice here. We're pretty good on the physical side, but we're definitely suffering on the special side here. You know, if we're going to do offense, let's go. I feel like we might just want to go terrain extender. That allows, yeah, life or punching glove. And if we're going to go terrain extender, let's take advantage. Iron Treads. Iron Moth. Probably HDB on this guy and probably Air Balloon on Treads. Given the team, how it's just how it's looking. And then for a Mega, we want something flying. So probably Zardwai or one of the Laddie twins. I kind of like, well, let's go with Latios here. Because you know it gives us kind of a water resist. Water resist and a psychic resist, which is nice. We have treads, but like it's good to doesn't hurt to double up for sure. Okay, let's give this a go. Problem is priority. Didn't power ice and taunt. That might save us from some setup. Treads we'll go with Supercell. Well, this thing is Wild Charge, right? We'll go with Wild Charge then. Well, Treads doesn't much mind killing itself though, does it? Let's go with Supercell on this. I think the powers, despite my earlier ranting, I think this is probably the call here. Fiery Dance, Discharge, Sludge Wave, and what, Energy Ball, I guess they do. Could run U-Turn, or could run Toxic Spikes for the last. And Kidding T-Tar is kind of nice, so we'll stick with Energy Ball. But then let's go with U-Turn. We'll see if we want. Well, does Energy Ball hit anything that we like need to hit? I don't really think so. I guess it helps with Lou. But I feel like we're not really dealing with that so well anyway. Could go Z-Moth. Actually, that could be interesting. Gives us a bit of a hazard problem, but I kind of do like that. Probably Firium, right? Yeah, I think we do go Vacuum Wave on Ival. Actually, Electrium on Treads doesn't look bad. Well, let's go Firium on Iron Moth and go Overheat. I think that's kind of nice. I've considered modest eval, but I think we need the speed here. We'll go with this. We'll go Luster, Purge, Aura Sphere, Draco, Flip Turn. I think just a full offensive set is what we really want here. We'll go Thunderbolt, Close Combat, Knockoff, and, well, Moonblast. But I do want to fit Vacuum Wave on here. We ditch Knockoff for Vacuum. I think that's honestly fine. Yeah, I think that's okay. I think we have other breakers that can pressure things that we normally want to knock. And it's pretty fast, so the team might not need priority as quite as much as Perseus points out. You still want it, though. Like, fast teams, I mean, that's why I kind of taken other precautions with Taunt Coco and such. I think we have enough answers that we don't get farmed by other terrain Pokemon, which is pretty key. Scarf Lele is really not fun, though. Scarf Lele is really not fun. I almost wonder if we don't want a Pursuit Trapper on here too to help us with that. But what would we replace is the thing. I feel like the only real expendable Pokemon is Iron Moth. So I'll tell you what, we'll try the first version, and then if the Lele proves to be too much of an issue, we can switch. Well, let me before I do this, let me just make sure I didn't mess up my items my EVs. Yeah, I'm aware we struggle versus ground if our ground resist dies. It's an offense team, guys. You can't have an offense team that's defensively solid. It's called the perfect team with a bunch of Arceus. Okay. Good. Yeah, speed works. Yep. Okay. We got the right abilities: Levitate, Quark, Electric Surge, Quark Drive. I don't think our team can have any other abilities, but let's just load it up and see how this goes. Okay, interesting. We got Grimmsnarl start. Okay. I think I want to just start with Ival and just Moonblast the thing right away. Actually, it's going to set up a light screen. Okay, Moonblast still does so much. Let's just go for that. Okay, they're just... Well, whoa. Okay, we got a max... But was that a roll? Or like... Because we were... Okay, no, that wasn't... We actually got pretty fortunate. I'm going to Vacuum Wave. I feel like Grimmsnarl's going down, but we'll see. Okay, didn't go down. Fair enough. Let's Thunderbolt. Let's start bolting. I mean, this whole team does not have an electric resist, so this is solid. Okay, do you kill me with Earthquake? You don't. Let's T-Bolt. Beautiful. Huge Tapu Koko moment there. Iron Moth looking fantastic here. We're just going to U-turn on this and see, depending on which screen it sets, we'll go into an appropriate breaker. Okay, light screen it is. So let's bring in your boy Hands. I think Hands is happy to deal with this situation. Let's Thunder Punch just to get an idea of what we're dealing with here. Okay, sure. How much is Iron Moth doing, like, even through screens? So much. Let's go into it right away. Cool. Let's do the big Inferno Overdrive. Okay, beautiful. We kill that without too much of an issue. If Gyarados comes in here and Mega Evolves, do we just lose? No, I think Iron Hands... Yeah, that's the thing. If it comes... This is why you want priority, guys. And this is why I'm still worried about the priority on this team. I think actually if Gyarados comes in, the play is hard Iron Hands. I think the play is hard Iron Hands. Because that can live anything and obliterate this. Unless we get Waterfall flinched, which, you know. Let's see. What elo are we at? 1690. Okay, that's not great. It's been a while since I've played on this ladder, I guess. Okay. Som over 100 elo above. Wow, that's pretty good. Opponent is just thinking really hard about this. Wouldn't AV Iron Hands be better over Punching Glove? On this team, maybe. Honestly, on this team, I wonder if Quick Claw is better, or Lumberry. Let's go with Quick Claw. We're going to be that person today. Okay, our opponent is just taking all the time in the world. I didn't think at this high elo people timer stalled, but I'm wondering if that's what we're seeing. Could be they just, you know, Wi-Fi cut out, but they're like still connected on a phone or something. I don't know. Well, anyway, we take those. That's a win. Win's a win. Let's go for another one. Oh, Quick Claw's banned. Right. Someone told me that and I forgot. Okay. Fair enough, honestly. That's totally fair. Well, I don't want to go with AV because I still want to be able to boost attack. Although we kind of do need a special wall, don't we? Sure, let's go with the Sol Vest and put Close Combat for our last. But I did like the power. Let's just go Punching Glove and keep going and just see how it does. AV very well might be optimal, but I kind of just want to experience the power of the glove. All right, HF. Okay. Nothing to stop the terrain, that's good. Main issue is going to be Glow King, which is a bit of a problem for us. Let's just lead Coco. Let's just get that terrain going right off the bat. Okay, here I'm inclined to just U-turn into Moth, I would say. Yeah, that seems fine. Because are you going to gunk shot me here? A Pyro Ball did way too much. You are banded. Yep, you are banded. What a set. Okay. I think our most damaging move is Inferno Overdrive. Yeah, it's doing slightly more than Sludge Wave. So that's not great. I was really hoping to save that for the Glow King, but I guess banned Cinderace is what we're dealing with today. So, okay. Let's do it. Okay, there we go, and then we die. Cool. All right. I feel like Treads here. And I'm going to get up Rocks right away because I think Corv's coming in. And then we're going to Supercell Slam this thing. Okay, we did not. That's max attack Treads, guys. Okay, well. This is why you don't use Iron Treads, I guess. Wow. And they U-turned. That was a huge throw, in my opinion. I do not think they should have U-turned there, but I'm very happy they did. Let's just Luster Purge this. I'm inclined to just flip turn here into Tapu Koko because I really want to make sure that Corviknight never gets to defog. Okay, so this is a bit of a weird situation. I think Ival's the right play. I think we're just going to get Earthquaked, and there's not much reason for us to try to predict around that. Yeah, it was pretty sad damage from our boy Treads there. They clicked Devastating Drake. That is kind of an insane play. I guess I get it. We did have a Latios, so I that's kind of fair. I'm going to go into hands here because I don't think you ever stay in with your Garchomp. If you do, I don't know what to tell you. You're crazy. I'm going to Thunder Punch here. If you go Garchomp, I'll Ice Punch it next turn. If we replace Treads with Bolt, we get farmed by Volt Switch. And we don't have removal or hazards. That is not the play. Oh, I will say, okay, part of the problem was my air balloon. The air balloon did prevent from actually getting a boost, which was not ideal. Okay, and when they just give us the Glow King, which was not a good choice from our opponent there. So don't do that. If you're in this situation, don't do that. All right, let's Supercell Slam and hope we hit. Actually, can we break with Rapid Spin? Probably not. Actually, there's surprisingly does more than I thought, but nope, we have to click the Supercell. Okay, we got through that one. Yeah, I'm clicking Supercell Slam again. You want to go into Corviknight or like switch out into whatever, you can totally do that. Okay, and they didn't. Yeah. Yeah, we'll just Earthquake here. Okay, you want it like this is not really an issue. Okay. I think we just Supercell Slam. And then I rock up. And I think we Supercell Slam again, and hopefully we miss at some point. Okay, let's Supercell Slam. I think they're gonna click it again. Okay, we just killed the Corf. That's fine. I'll take that deal. I'm worried this thing's going to go for some Trailblaze cheese, so I'm going to get in Coco right now. Okay, that's fine. We can just U-turn here. It's not Helmet, so we can U-turn safely, and we don't have to fear any nonsense from this Garchomp. Cool. We just sack Treads here, obviously. Go Ival, and we click Moonblast to win. Yeah, this dies, so that's not going to work. GG. Okay, and we can do that as well. Cool. All right, and they forfeit, so we don't find out if the Cinderace was Blaze or Libero, which is fair. I think they made the right play by hiding that information from us. HF. Okay, so we have a Balloon Treads, which is great here. I like to taunt this Arachnid lead. I think that's awesome. I don't think they'll see that one coming. Yeah, let's Thunderbolt it. Actually, no, let's U-turn. Let's U-turn and we can go into... Yeah, because I figured this might come in. That's why I wanted to do that. Okay, can Iron Moth kill this thing with Fiery Dance into Discharge? It cannot. It cannot. That's worth considering. Okay, but how about Iron Valiant? Close Combat into Thunderbolt. That does it. Yeah, so let's do that. Let's go Ival, and let's CC. If they go gold, I'm not sure if they go gold if we should try to break the balloon for Iron Treads later. Or just switch. Okay, they did go gold. Kind of unfortunate. I think we do just go Iron Moth here. And I think I click Discharge, anticipating the Araquanid. Okay, good. We do catch the Araquanid coming in. That's nice. Let's Discharge again. If they do the Endeavor thing, we can Fiery Dance at least. And we will have the Treads, which is going to be great removal. Okay, they didn't have it, so that's awesome. We're looking pretty darn good this game. Iron Moth in particular just looks so tough to deal with for our opponent here. It needs an in though. We need a way to get it going. I think it looks so good. We do not want to give it up to this cornerstone here. Feels like maybe just an Iron Hands moment, although I think Power Whip has a good shot to 2-hit KO. So we could just go Treads. I think I like Treads and Rock and go for Stealth Rock here. Okay, we get super powered. Let's check if that mattered. Yes, that did matter, unless it was Adamant High Roll. So that critical hit unfortunately mattered, and that really sucks. That really, really sucks because now we miss out on getting rocks, which would have been incredible this game and put a ton of pressure on their team. But that is how it goes, guys. That's how it goes sometimes. All right. Okay. What do we do? And that was also, that's our Lele Resist. Yeah, that was terrible. Okay. Let's go Iron Valiant and we can Thunderbolt here. I think that looks good. Supercell Slam, it is not quite as bad as High Jump Kick because it has 95 accuracy instead of 90. But yeah, I can see Supercell Slam being okay. Wow, good on her, and it was booster. Okay, so that kind of explains why they did what they did then. Okay, I'm gonna go hands because I think they're gonna. Okay, I thought they were gonna Steel Beam. They did not Steel Beam. Bad read. But all right, there we go. We get that off, and it did not do enough, which is pretty bad. Let's go Latios here. Okay, we didn't get red. That's good. We can... Oof. This is not great. Let's flip turn and get up terrain. Yeah. Yeah, this has not been... just that superpower critical hit, dude, was brutal. Okay, I don't think you're Scarf. I'm going to U-turn here. No way you're Scarf on webs. Like, that would be just so wacky. We can sack probably hands here. Okay, it's not Scarf. That U-turn did a good chunk. Still really wish we had rocks, dude. That was so bad. That was so bad. But okay, that U-turn indicates that this is not bulky, which we kind of could have figured, but good to get confirmation. Right, and we can set terrain here. We can U-turn. Or could we we can't Thunderbolt yet. Let's U-turn again. Yeah, I don't really know what the plan is here. I think I'm playing the way I have to play, but I don't really know what the plan is here. Okay, good switch to gold. This does give us an Iron Moth opening, though. That U-turn on Coco indicates that did... Oh, it was a critical hit. But yeah, it's probably just a normal gold. So we do have to kill with this Fiery Dance. We have a 70% chance to kill. About when you... Probably a little over 70 when you factor in critical hit. Like 72 or something. So we probably kill here. We cannot afford not to kill here. Like, we must get this kill. I think if Ogre Pawn comes in, we just have to take down the Sturdy and take the damage on there. Okay, we do not get the kill. That was a pretty near minimum roll, and that's game. I'm pretty sure. I don't... Yeah, we need like some mad critical hits. This sucked. Yeah, this sucked. Okay, let's just Moonblast here, I guess. I think Iron Hands is too slow to work that well on this team. This is where we need the critical hit. Let's get that. Let's get a quick critical. Okay, we do not get it. Let's go Coco. There is the para into full para plan. That's our next plan. Okay, they're giving us the opportunity. Yeah, with Hidden Power Ice and U-turn damage. How much are we doing to a Zard? Let's assume it's Zard Y. In terrain, we know we kill. So we're going to need a critical hit pretty much either way. I think we can start by U-turning here. But yeah, we're going to need a critical hit. Okay, so we can just U-turn here to get the kill. And then we have to paralyze or critical hit the Zard. Okay, it's Zard X. I guess I'll say GG. That really RNG fest, but it happens. Yeah, hands on this team is not really doing a whole lot. It's too slow. I feel like I'd rather put like a King Gambit over this hands. Like kind of that other version we were doing. But like Moth has actually been good. So I think if we put a King Gambit on here, maybe like Glasses, you know, Pursuit, Sucker Punch, Knockoff, Swords Dance. I think this would actually be a good team, but Hands is, I don't think, part of this good team. I feel like, well, we do. The problem is then you do have a much tougher fat matchup, but this does allow you to go Knockoff. So I feel like this team's just better. Like I think this team has actually the breaking power it needs with this Pursuit Gambit and all these pretty strong special attackers. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't think this is. I don't think Hands really fits here. I think we have to try the balance team. Yeah, let's go the balance route. This offense, I think if you're going to run an electric terrain offense, maybe it can work with Iron Hands, but seems like it's just better without it. So let's try the Alo route. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm just saying if you want a good team, I think that's probably going to be pretty solid. I'm not going to remove the featured mod, but I'm just saying for this team that we've made to be the best it is, I think it involves taking off Hands. It happens sometimes, you know? Okay, I think I have... It's a pretty standard idea, but you could do this thing, where you go Lopunny and then Iron Hands, basically. It's a pretty standard ripped Alo team, but it fits pretty well here. Well, not SD, sorry. Fake Out. Quick Attack, return CC. Probably go Electrium on this. Actually, what do you run on a Coco? Go Specs. Let's do Specs. Seems fine. Fly Zelando, this is like specifically designed for Zard Y, so that seems fine. And then we'll just take our Iron Hand set. Yeah, to be on offensive teams, I feel like Quick Claw helps Hands out a lot, kind of fish for those scenarios, but without it, not so good. Let's give this a go. I feel like this will probably be better. Okay, HF. All right, this is it's kind of interesting. How much is Coco doing to a Diancie? The Mega Evolves we're probably killing. Not quite, actually. I think I like Landorus lead here. Looks pretty good. Let's just Earthquake. Yeah, let's Earthquake. Ah, it's one of these. Okay, would I rather Lando healthy or something else? Would I rather Lando be healthy or something else would be the grammatically correct way to say that. I think I go Coco here and U-turn. Will U-turn kill, though, is a great question. Go Coco and just T-Bolt. That wouldn't be too bad. Let's do that. Let's go Coco and just T-Bolt. T-Bolt hits everything pretty hard. Did Iron Hands work in Ubers when Miraidon was legal? I'm pretty sure no. Let's T-Bolt again. Okay, that's good damage. Yeah, I feel like we just let Coco go here. I don't think we really need the boost super desperately, so let's just do this. And Fake Out should wrap up this Volcarona. Hopefully we don't get burned. Burn here would be pretty bad. We don't get burned. Maybe it was Swarm. We'll never know, and I'm happy with that. Okay, let's defog here. Okay, I'm going to SD, and then we're going to hit this thing with a Supersonic Sky Strike, which should pretty much wrap up this Hatterene. There we go. Good stuff. Okay. Do we want to keep the iron? It's a bit of a weird situation. I think we keep the hands around for the D-Knight. Let's go into this, and let me click... I think I like rocks, because like double magic... Okay, right. Actually, yeah, fair enough. All right, let's just power up this thing. Gold comes in. Rocky Helmet. Interesting. You don't see that every day. How much... Let's check power up damage. That is... Is this like an actually max defense Goldango? Because that did... Yeah, this is an absolutely max defense Goldango. Okay, good to know. I don't hate just knocking it off. That seems like a fine start. We can get up our rocks here, which I'm sure is going to hit that Dragonite. We actually get up rocks. Beautiful. We love to see that. Let's Earthquake this thing now. Okay, good. We can sack Pharaoh here just fine. Let's Power Whip. Okay, that's totally okay. Lopunny can come in here, and I think even if this is a weirdly fat Wellspring, actually we can check to see what it is. Landorus did 29 with Earthquake, so this is not a super fat Wellspring, so we can just kill it with Return here. Gold's going to come in, even defensive, like even max defense Bolt. You're dying here, so that's good. Not a problem there. D-Knight comes in. I absolutely knew it would take hazard damage. Happy to see that I was right. I think we can go Lando and actually click Fly here. Yeah, Scale Shot. Yeah, we're fine. Slightly worried about like substitute BS though, so let's go Hands here just in case, but we should be fine. Let's Ice Punch. Yeah, Earthquake, not even doing half. Beautiful, good hands moment. Let's go Landorus right off the bat so we can click Fly. Okay, and it's going to kill us, and now we Fake Out, we Return, no problem. Okay, that was a pretty clean win there. This is the sad thing. This is why Olo is so good. It just, these balanced teams are just so effective. Remember to like the stream, helps out a lot. Helps out a lot. Okay, another HO team. It's annoying, but okay. Defog Landorus does look really good here. I think I would want to just lead with Coco. All right, that's fine. I am inclined to U-turn here because we block. I don't think you're going to do any like weird BS. I'm just going to Earthquake you, and then we're going to defog when we can. Hopefully you just let me Earthquake you. Smeargle is not known for switching out, so hopefully it continues that trend here. Leading with Smeargle is kind of wild against Alopany, but I guess you probably have like you probably have something in the back to save you. So I think what we do, I think we hit the big fly right away. We go Mola and we flip turn out. Let's do that. Okay, they didn't mega, so I think they might actually just straight up die here. Yep, okay, they do. And I think that was likely. Yeah, that was likely to straight up die. 75% chance, not critical hit factored in. So this is where things get dicey. I do think it is worth it to defog. Don't full para me twice. Don't do that. As I was going to say, I do think it is worth it to defog here. Okay, good. We do get that. I'm going to click fly. Let's see. How much is Coco doing here with... D-Gleam seems to be the most damaging move. Yeah, Coco is not super crucial. So let's go Coco and D-Gleam. We got to hope we hit. The evasion, I think... It's not ideal, but I think it's in our favor to hit 2 moves, which is all we need to do to kill this thing here. So we should be fine. I actually don't know the exact like evasion that 1.33 times is, but okay, we immediately miss. Cool. Okay, we fake out into close combat is the only play. Okay, we hit that. CC here should kill based on that fake out damage. We miss. And they hit everything. Okay, well, that was unbelievably unlucky. Yeah, I was fully aware I'd give it an evasion boost. I thought it was worth getting rid of that so we could outspeed it. And then we just, we missed, after 1 evasion boost, we miss 2 out of 3 attacks. That's a nice stream moment. Okay, next game. Next game up. Let's start with Lando. Lando looks pretty good here. It can kill almost everything with Fly Z. Let's just do it immediately. Okay, they immediately switch. Obviously that sucks. Let's SD here. Was hoping we weren't going to do that, but okay, they bulk up. Super weird. Let's fly, I guess. Like, who bulks up these days? Okay. All right, they're subbing. That's weird, but okay. It's not, I mean, the SERP runs contrary anyway. There's no, like, hidden strategy here. Smackdown. Okay, that's fine. Oh, we can't fly. Can we fly? When we're smacked down? I guess we can. Okay, it missed, so all right. Cool. Yeah, we can't really do anything about this, so let's let them get up webs. We can bring it in maybe on the Goldengo. Is 1 evasion 66? I thought it was like 80 or something. I'm Googling it and can't find it, but it's 33% chance to hit when you're at absolute maxed out. So I don't think it's that high at +1. I don't think it's 66% with 1 boost is insane. I'm pretty sure that's at 2 boosts. I think it's 83 with +1 evasion. Anyway, let's go Pharaoh here. Okay, cool. Let's get crit by a superpower and die. Not necessarily. We probably don't. Okay, we don't get critical hit. Good to see. You love to see that. I guess we can rock up here since this thing's going to die on us anyway. Goldango comes in. Yeah, I guess this is where things get scary. Let's knock. Okay, fine. That's fine. All right, all right. We can go Mola and just flip turn into Lando. That looks pretty good. Okay, we get paralyzed. Obviously, sort of annoying, but we should be fine to just get it. Oh, no, we don't get the kill there. I don't know what it is with these super bulky gold on Webb's teams. I guess that's the thing, but it doesn't really seem all that great to me. It doesn't really seem that great at all. Okay, 1 defog makes move 75%. That sounds closer. Okay, so 75% accuracy, and we missed 2 out of 3. So that's pretty darn terrible. Yeah, I stand by the defog play. That was the right play there, even though it obviously went terribly. Let's go Iron Hands and Thunder Punch. Waterfall. We didn't get flinched. It's wild. Okay, that Thunder. Yeah, that'll take us to the win pretty easily. Lopunny can come in here and just do its thing. Yep, GG. Okay, and that was an 1860 player, so that was a high elo opponent we took out there, which is nice. Also, if we see a Shedinja, it's so beyond over. Like, looking at our team, we're so cooked. It's hard walls, Coco, Lopunny, Hands, and post Z Lando. Okay, Leaf Green 0 looks pretty weak to Tapu Koko and Iron Hands, to be honest. So let's start with Koko just to get this cycle going. Volcarona lead, fine. Let's go Hard Mola. Seems good. Okay, let's Toxic. Substitute. All right, not great. Let's Flip Turn. Okay, Landorus is probably living a hit. Yeah, Lando's living a hit, so let's go into that. Let's Fly. I don't think you ever... Okay, they subbed there. That's kind of wild, but all right. Earthquake should kill here, depending on the set. I don't know. It depends if it's offensive or defensive sub. Natdex being 1,000 times as fun as OU, I disagree. I mean, it's easier, I would say. Oh, it's fat. Okay, it's a very fat one. And that... Hold on, though. Fat set killing us there? I don't think so. It was probably a roll. Whatever. Whatever, dude. All right, let's do the Mega Lopunny thing. This is a pretty fat Volcarona, so if we get burned, we're toast. Okay. Yeah, this is a problem. Okay, let's go Coco immediately here. Okay, well, let's see what they go into here. Melmetal? All right. Let's just U-turn and get a read on what kind of set this is, and then we can get in Pharaoh and get up rocks. Someone says knockoff Pharaoh would clutch the Shedinja matchup. Dude, not only is knockoff common on Pharaoh, Pharaoh always runs Leech Seed, which also one-shots Shedinja. Nobody is... No, that would never work. Okay. Yeah, that is probably an HP invested Mel. Well, actually, no, that calc kind of tells us nothing. Okay, superpower. Honestly, that's fine. I'm pretty chill with that. Yeah, let's just go with that. Okay, I'm gonna Leech Seed here. And then I think, okay, we're just going to get killed immediately. Fair enough, fair enough. But D-Gleam looks amazing here. D-Gleam looks fantastic. Out comes the... That's AV. Okay. Let's go Mola here. Well, we could click D-Gleam again. I'm going to do that. Okay, got him. Yep. Yes, sir. Now let's go Mola. Heck yeah. Okay, I'm gaming. Folks, I'm gaming. Can Iron Hands kill here? No, we have to go Coco anyway, don't we? Okay, what do we actually do here? We could double Iron Hands on the Tect. I think I like that play. Okay, they sack Volcarona. Kind of wild, but all right. I'm down for that. How much is Tusk doing with a Headlong? Not killing. Cool. I think if it comes in, we Drain Punch, because I think it'll Rapid Spin. Then we Ice Punch. Iron Hands in the building. Pink gone, get 'em. Thank you, Lando made the beat for the $5 donation. Appreciate it. That's, thank you for the encouragement. Yeah, stream's going pretty well. We're 4-2. Not bad. And we've only had one loss with this team due to some BS. Okay. See, this makes me go hard Coco, I think. Okay, it's Life Orb. Never mind, we go right into Mola. I honestly forgot the EVs on Mola. Is this one... This one's max HP, so that's really good here. Yeah, I was thinking this might be like an Iron Defense set. So we had to respond immediately or we would just lose. But if it's LO, we can go Mola here. Their entire team kind of loses to Olo at this point. So that's pretty good. Opponent here probably thinking if they want to CC again. I feel like you should, because some Mola die. Mine won't, but some do. But all right, they're going to think. They might go Mola. They might not. Maybe they're adamant. Actually, I'm being dumb. I should have checked that first. Coco, that close combat damage indicates probably not adamant. Adamant could also do that though, so it's within roll of both, but probably not adamant. Okay, our opponent finally makes a call, and they do catch us, unfortunately, so that's bad. Let's Toxic, and they Healing Wish. I'm actually totally down for that. That really, yeah, I thought you could just wish, but like, okay, Healing Wish, yeah. I do not mind that one bit. All right. Let's, yeah, we can kind of just start destroying you with Lopunny. That Healing Wish was game. Like, we win now for sure. On the only thing that I think makes us lose, well, no, let's wish. I don't think we have such a comfortable endgame that we don't even need to risk a critical hit. I think we do have to at least hope we don't get critical hit. Okay. Man, the low row? No, I'm just max HP. I think that was actually a, like, maximum roll on my... Yeah, that was a dead maximum roll on my Olo. So they are complaining about nothing. Okay, I'm just gonna flip turn. I don't really know what the idea... Oh, that's super slow. Okay, well, it's kind of good. We can outspeed with our Melm. It's kind of fun. Okay, we catch the Tusk. Let's just Ice Punch here. Yeah, you're gonna spin anyway. Okay, we freeze it, which is kind of funny. I'm not gonna risk it unfreezing immediately. I'm gonna go Olo here, but it doesn't really. If it does unfreeze immediately, that's fine. It does yeah, this is why, guys. I'm gonna flip turn here because I think it's pretty likely that this thing goes for rocks. Okay, it does not go for rocks. Cool. We can just go hands and Drain Punch. Fake Out's going to do not much. Yeah, 15, that's just not much. We can Drain Punch here and we get a kill. We definitely get a kill here, unless close combat critical hit from Lopunny comes out. Remember to like the stream, guys, if you enjoy seeing solid gameplay. I think I've been playing pretty well tonight. Okay, double Healing Wish. All right. Like, sure, like, get your Tusk back, but, like... Okay, if we hit this Toxic, if we miss this Toxic, we're in serious trouble. Okay, we didn't miss the Toxic, so we're good. We're chilling. What is the sack here? I think it's Coco. Well, hold on, though. We could flip turn here, and if they kill us, then we can just go Coco. Or, like, Lopunny or something. Yeah, I'm just gonna let them kill us. And then we can go Lopunny here, and just CC. Looks good. Yeah, because they never rapid spun, so. Coco Sack seems fine. Fake Out. Melmetal comes out, we CC it. Actually, hold on. Do we kill here? Yeah. Well, probably. How much is Iron Hands taking from Azama? Yeah, let's just CC here. Probably would have been a little safer to do something else, but, like, it's fine. I'm going to pretend like I don't have Quick Attack on Lopunny because it might be good for a later game against this player. Always hide info when you can, if it doesn't make any difference in the endgame. MB for double. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, let's go for another one then. I mean, look, the bulky Olo team is just better. Like, Olo Lop, Pharaoh Lando +2. It's really good. That's the bad news. I'm trying to think, like, what else one would try with Iron, because it fits pretty well with Lopunny too, because Lopunny kind of covers those more offensive matchups well, and Hands kind of helps chip down those physical walls. So okay, HF, a lot of webs, which I guess makes sense. Okay. Yeah, Lopunny versus Rabombi. I don't think we're two-shotting. We're not, which makes sense. Would be a pretty tall order. I kind of like just clicking Specs Thunderbolts. That seems pretty good to me. And it's not Sash. Okay, well. No complaints there. This is a super whack team. Let's get that timer going. Yeah, I'm going to click Thunderbolt again. Okay. Fire move does kill us here. Do we need Alo for anything? Not that badly. Let's go Alo here. Okay, gets the boost. Obviously, that's not great. We have to let something die here. Do we want it to be Alo or do we want it to be something else? I think Alo's not that helpful. It's Giga Drain. That's terrible. Okay, let's go Lando and Fly Z. Giga Drain is not common, but it happened to us. That was pretty bad. That was pretty bad. Okay. Jeez. Yeah, that was bad. Okay. I think I just fly here. All right, Mystical Fire. Fair enough, I guess. Let's fake out here. Damage might be important. Okay, I'm going to CC. Okay, we got the kill. Cool. I don't think, based on the fake out damage, I do not believe that critical hit mattered at all. How much is Coco taking from a Mega Scizor Bullet Punch? Okay, it's taking enough that I think we stay in and CC here. Let's go Pharaoh now. Or we could go Coco and then into Iron Hands. I think that's better. You clicked CC there. Okay. Okay, you're crazy for that one. We can Thunder Punch now, though. CC, yep, but that's not going to kill. Anam comes in, we Thunder Punch. Mystical Fire does not do it here. You have to Earth Power or Moonblast. I refuse to believe on a webs team that this thing is okay. They just let us have it. Cool, and we can just Drain Punch here, and I think we pretty much guaranteed win with Lopunny. I don't really know what to make of this team that we just faced. I really don't know what to make of it. I'm just trying to think if there's anything cooler we can do with this core. Because I feel like Iron Hands is a cool Pokemon. And yeah, and this team is not cool. Like, it's winning, but let's cancel this. Let's see if there's something we can do that maybe suits it a little bit better. Surely not every optimal team is just this. There's got to be more to life. There's got to be more. But what? I don't know. It just seems like this core makes sense here. Because it's like you got Lopunny for the priority, which is what you want when you have a team like this. I mean, could it work well with like a... Man, I don't know. This is weird. I do think we go Pharaoh here, probably. Oh, yeah. We probably do go Pharaoh here, but like... yeah, there's got to be more than this. But geez, guys, this just seems so solid. Like, does Iron Hands not just want to be on a fat team like this? Because, like, if you don't have Fake Out Quick Attack or some other really good priority Pokemon, you're going to get farmed by HO teams that are literally everywhere. Like, maybe Scizor? I could see maybe Hands works well with Sizz? Maybe? Let's try that. Let's try that approach. Okay, so let's say we go with the Scizor. We probably still do want the aloe, though. Something or other, thank you very much for the $20 donation. Very generous. If you want a cool team, I hear Avalog is available. I don't know. Avalog, I don't think it fits here, is the thing. As broken as it is, and it is insane, I just don't know if it fits here, you know? I just don't know. But yeah, I guess this kind of should work in a similar fashion. That could allow us to get rid of Pharaoh. But we'd still want a grass, wouldn't we? Because now we kind of get farmed by Leech Seed. And we still want a Stealth Rock Setter. I mean, we're pretty weak to Ogre Pawn, and we need a... Dude. No way it's a Pharaoh again. But it looks like it has to be the way. Yeah, I mean, just that Alo fits well with hands. Like, if we're going to go a balance in Nat decks with hands, and you don't have an Alo, it's kind of like, what are you doing? What kind of game are you playing at here? Yeah, it seems like we're just doing a direct rip, which makes the team worse than Scizor, than with Lopunny, because now we have no Ghost Resist, which is pretty bad. Like the stream for team building struggles, guys. Return to Treads. That's an idea. Allows us to compress rocks. So we could go with a different Wellspring answer that may or may not exist. You know what? Screw it. Raging Bolt. Low-key, this doesn't look bad. No, it does. We are so weak to ground types. We're so weak to ground types. Yeah, we're pretty... Yeah. We don't go Bolt here. It's a fun moment, though. Run Magnezone? Heck no. I don't want to lose every game. What are you trying to do to me? That's what Magnezone is. It is a losing machine. Such a bad Pokemon, dude. You know, a Zapdos, though, could be kind of interesting here. Sort of does the same thing. Or let's go Ice Spinner. Yeah, because we don't have Extender Coco, so we don't need to worry about that as much. And like Volt Switch, Roost, Heat Wave, Hurricane seems good. Just super fat. Max defense. Mm-hmm. The lack of special walls worries me. We definitely go with this on this team. Maybe we go a super fat Treads. Let's do this. Let's do that. Yeah, super fat Treads fits here, I think. And then with the mixed Alo, that seems just about right. U-turn on Zap. Discharge and Hurricane. Just because I'm thinking we might want to be able to reliably U-turn on like Ting Lu and such to bring in the hands. But let's see. Let's give this a go. I feel like this is a team. I kind of think the electric spam is something more interesting for sure. Kind of the idea here is use Iron Hands to and treads. Just a lot of Pokemon that seem pressure grounds, and then you can kind of volt spam, which seems interesting to me. Coco, Specs, Coco, Z, Kane, Zapdos. A lot of things we could do here. A lot of mix and matching we could do. HF. Whoa, geez, what am I doing? Okay, HF. There we go. I'm inclined to just lead Tapu Koko. Gigavolt Havoc, right? Okay, let's see. Is it Sash? Let's find out. It's not Sash. Cool. We once again eliminate a web setter. I could get used to this. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, that was probably not my wisest call. Probably not. But you know what? Everybody makes mistakes. But we're going to get through this. Okay, they just let us bullet punch. Cool. I'm down. I think we definitely still do have the resources to win this game. We're just going to have to be very careful with that Goldengo, because this was our only fast Pokemon, and we did let it die. Okay, this is absolutely perfect. Okay, let's SD. We are so down to sacrifice our... Well, not exactly, because there's that whole... Actually, no, this is a super fat gold. Like, we can absolutely beat this with treads. Surely. Surely we beat this with the fat treads. Let's get up rocks first. Your Focus Blast. Okay. All right. All right, buddy. Let's get Alolan and Wish Pass to our treads. Let's, we're going to flip turn immediately. We go Zapdos and Volt Switch. Okay. Let's go hands. Hands, you got this, buddy. It's all you. It's all you. Okay, look at that. Less than half, Drain Punched it back. Hands, you did great there, man. That's exactly what we want to see. Hard Scizor, surely, right? Like, this is what Scizor is for. It's Bullet Punch. This team could be better with Lop over Scizor as well. But I do like the electric spam thing we got going. Let's Wish, and okay, we get paralyzed immediately. Sick. Let's Wish again. Let's go Hands here, actually. I think Hands can do pretty well. Because how much is Hex doing? Like 20? Yeah, that's not much. Moonblast doesn't kill here. Let's Thunder Punch. Yeah. How do you like them apples? All right. If the Ogre comes in, we stay in an attack for sure. So we're going to wait a little bit to make our opponent think we might do something tricky. Let me get these notes down while we wait. I want them to think we're going to make a different play than over-predict and stay in and Swords Dance. Let's get... There we go. Okay, they did just Power Whip, fair enough. Scizor here kills, so that's not too difficult of a plan there. And then we can just go Zapdos on the gold every time. I don't really know why I didn't realize that earlier, but yeah, we can do that. Okay, I'm going to Heat Wave here. Heat Wave again. Heat Wave again. Yeah, like eventually you're gonna not be able to take these. I believe the correct sack is... Do we just go hard Scizor? The concern is the paralysis stuff. Let's go Treads. Let's EQ. Power Whip will do it, yeah. Let's go Zapdos. If they read us, they read us. Good read. Good read. That was solid. We can go Scizor here. And then let's Bullet Punch. If we get parried, we get parried. Good on our opponent for, you know, kind of playing out the situation, I guess. But let's go Mola here. I'm gonna double the Sizz. Yeah, I was gonna say. That's what I thought. Okay. If they're, yeah, okay. They fished and they did get the Para this time around. So we have to Toxic now and not die to the Power Whip. We do get it. If we can protect here and we don't get paralyzed, we do win. We do win. Beautiful. Let's go. We can go for the double tech. Doesn't hurt. Okay. It's nice. It's a nice moment. I don't think we have any reason to actually be going for the... Actually, yeah, we do. All right, let's finish this off quickly. GG. All right, solid win there. That was good. Yeah, decent elo too. All right, go for another one. Could you consider making a short or even a full video on the waiting trick? I don't know if the waiting trick really deserves a whole video, to be honest. That seems like a little bit much. A short, I guess I could maybe imagine. Let's just get up rocks first. A short, I could maybe imagine doing that. We're gonna get glared, right? That makes sense, of course. These Smeargle always have the most annoying moves possible. Okay, this is fine. I'm always going to click this here. We do not quite outspeed Superior, which is wild, but let's click Ice Spinner. And we get paralyzed immediately, because of course we would, right? Because this is like the frickin' Superior, dude. We have to go Scizor here, Mega Evo, Bullet Punch, and then we can go Coco and maybe kill it, but honestly, I don't know. This Superior is so lucky, man. It's really irritating. Yeah, okay, there we go. Coco, can we even kill it with anything? We have to Z move, don't we? Let's go and Gigavolt Havoc, I guess. They probably just go Drill here, but I can't afford to let it in. So yeah, okay, they do go Drill now. We can U-turn here, and they're going to get up. So I think we go Hands, and then we Drain Punch, because at least then we can kill them as they set rocks, which I do think they will do. Okay, they choose to just Earthquake, and we restore a solid bit of it back. That's okay. We could go Treads and spam removal. I think Drain Punch is better. I don't really think rocks are that big of a deal at this stage in the game. Okay, we just kill this thing here. So I think our opponent kind of messed this up. It's Sash. Okay, but we still live. Yeah. Cool. We can probably win this with Zapdos. I'm going to go Zapdos right here. It's Power Up Punch. And I get the... Okay, and it's Triple Axle, and it did not get paralyzed any of those times. Cool. They messed up by clicking Power Up Punch again. I'm pretty sure I can win with Coco. It's Drain Punch. Never mind. We are once again in trouble. Yep, good Gyarados switch. If it's sub, okay, they got that poison. So let's check Z Fly. Fly. No, it's not hidden power flying. It's the move Fly. Why can I not type this in? Fly. Seriously? Oh, is it bounce? It's bounce. Okay. No, that's my bad there. I still think it should let me type in moves it can't get, but okay, we don't die here. Cool. So we can wish. Then we can tact. Yeah, cool. GG. All right. Allo bailed us out from an unfortunate situation. Yeah, that was pretty funny. That Gyarados is defensive? Oh my. I'm now in delay watching the entire chat see me not realize that it's bounce. It's rough to watch. Okay, let's see. Yeah, this looks like a... This is a weird matchup. I don't love it. Let's start with Coco and just T-Bolt. Keep it simple. Okay, and I'll D-Gleam here on the off chance Tusk or something comes in. Okay, oh, beautiful. Catch Raging Bolt. Let's T-Bolt the Heatran. Let's do it. Let's Gigavolt Havoc. And, yeah, let's T-Bolt again. This Coco has been wrecking everything on lead. Beautiful to see. A lot of damage. But it will mean nothing if we can never get these hazards off the field. Webs are pretty bad for us here. Okay, we kill the Coco, you are just fantastic. What would I do without you? Let's go hard Zapdos on this. Shadow Ball, that is offensive for sure. I hate the drop. Let's go Mola and Flip Turn. We could just get Zed here, which would be bad, but at least now it's used. Yeah, if Goldengo went for Nasty Plot there, we might have just lost on the spot. So let's be grateful. Okay, I think I like hands here because if Zard comes in, which is definitely Mega Y, we can kill it. And it will probably think it can kill us, but it cannot. Like the stream, guys. Oh yeah, we're getting pretty close to 20K, which is wild. Never thought I'd get anywhere near 20K. So this is it's really amazing. So thank you guys if you're subscribed. If you're not, you're just part of the problem. What can I say? Now, but even if you're not subbed, thanks for joining in on the stream. But if you do like the content, subscribing helps out. Not really sure what my opponent's doing here. Actually, we don't have a Ghost Resist, so I'm pretty sure Lopunny just fits better on this team. Especially since we have Treads anyway. And the gold weakness, like, yeah, Mega Lopunny is just better here. Tusk, I'm just gonna go Mola. Like I don't see why I wouldn't. Okay, sure. Like this is not really an issue. I'm totally happy to poison you. And yeah, let's get Lopunny prepared for next. Okay, they're gonna make a. Okay, switching around. All right, you do you. Let's get treads in. Let's get up rocks. Why not? That's fine. I'm going to earthquake this thing. This is the biggest threat remaining. Let's go Mola. Let's Tect. And we're just going to sack Zapdos. Maybe stall out a Solar Beam, which would be pretty cool. And now we can go back into Mola, which is the great thing. And then we can Tect. I love PP stalling. Let's just poison this thing. We can flip turn here. Okay, beautiful. Get Raging Bolt in again. This time, sure, let's go for rocks again. Okay, it's going to Z-move us, which is going to do nothing, really. Zara's going to come in again. Let's sack Zapdos, and we can just go Scizor here. Looks totally fine. Let's go Mola. And I'm down to flip turn here. Gold comes in. Cool. Cool. Let's go treads. And let's earthquake. Okay, we're going to get focus blasted. We survive an earthquake and kill. Now I'm feeling really confident in our victory. We can rock up here. Okay, very easy Scizor here. Just click Bullet Punch. I'm going to switch out just because of the chance that this thing has Temper Flare, and we're just going to flip turn here and win the game. Jason, GG, Jason Polak says, Pink, I think your scripted content fills a fantastic niche in singles content, and I'm excited to see the channel grow. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm very grateful for how well that's gone and filling that niche. I felt like there was kind of a lack of educational content, but I didn't know if people would actually want to see that, and I'm really glad that they did. So yeah, even though Scizor did well that game, I think Lopunny would have done as well, if not better. So I do think we want to go with Lopunny here. Fake out, CC, return. Yeah. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Scizor's better. We can test them both. But yeah, this team's looking pretty solid. I think we have time for one more. We're 9-2 right now, which is really good. We've gained a ton of ELO this session. How to install CalcDex? Look it up on Google. It's there. We're now like top 50. We went from being like in nowhere to top 50 in this stream, which is solid. Remember to like the stream, guys, before the last game. Let's get it hyped in here. Lucid Coffee asking, what do I think of Yard plus Z-Grass Solar Blade Kartana? I mean, I don't think that sounds very good. Like, Leaf Blade is just such a consistent move, and I feel like Grassium Z with Leaf Blade, even on a Zard team, is probably going to be better. So, okay, Coco looks great. Hands looks not bad. Actually, not bad. I kind of like Hands almost as a lead here. We've got to be a bit careful about the Glamora. I honestly love Treads. I feel like this is a really good matchup. To be totally honest, this feels like a really good matchup. How do we actually kick this off, though? I'd like Coco. I think Coco's a fine lead. And I think I just want to Z this thing right off the bat. Because a lot of Glamora run some like random BS items and they don't actually run Sash. So if we could just kill this immediately, that would be fantastic. And if it is Sash, it's not really the end of the world. Like we have resources. So Treads here, how much is it taking from an Earth Power? Chance to get 2 shots. So let's go Mola. I'm going to Wish here. I don't want to let Mola get Mortal Spun, but okay. Yeah, that's annoying, but we can go Treads here and then Rapid Spin. Yeah, I was hoping they wouldn't Mortal Spin there after the Spit-Off drop. Like, they get greedy and go for it. Wow, they had Energy Ball? They should have very much gone for that. That was a wild play on our opponent's part. But yeah, we can Rapid Spin here, which looks really good. And okay, I'm just going to click Ice Spinner. Okay, great. EQ is not killing me, so I'm going to Ice Spinner again. That did more than I thought. I think that was an adamant one, but that's fine because we are alive. And that's, at the end of the day, that's what matters. Tusk comes in, and that's booster speed. So we're not too worried about that. Honestly, we're not too worried about that. I feel like just Zapdos looks pretty good. It's just Hurricane. Head Smash. Okay, we survive, but we do not hit the Hurricane. I'm going to go Mola on that Head Smash. Okay, I think we still outspeed with Coco, but let me check this. So this Tusk speed is at, yeah, we're outspeeding with Coco. Cool. So we can just go into that and D-Gleam here. And with Glamora looking so weakened, Coco is looking fantastic in this endgame. I'm going to U-turn and just go into hands. That's amazing. I think I just do a catch-all here. Okay, that's fine if they want to do that. I think I Thunder Punch again, given how little that did. And okay, yeah, Glamora, as I said, Glamora, at this stage in the game, we don't actually really mind that much being poisoned. I'm going to Thunder Punch again. Yeah, that frustration's not going to do it. Iron Hands on this team is putting in work, guys. It is putting in work. It's incredible to see. Yeah, and there's good game. Okay, I think that's a pretty good place to end. We went 10-2. Like, that's a good record. Look at that. 10-2. And I accidentally used the Scizor team again. I think I'll probably put the Scizor team as the team in the description, but you guys know the Lopunny set by now. Adam in double priority. It's not rocket science. If you want to use the Lopunny version, you can. I was happy with this. I think there are definitely some changes I could consider making. One, faster treads to outpace gold. Hit 301 probably. Maybe outspeed Lando as well. Still go bulky and rest in Spadef, though. Yeah, so I could see changing some things. But yeah, Iron Hands, when we gave it the support it needed, like a slower paced team, which I've after testing it, I'm pretty sure that is the right way to go about the hands is a slower paced team. It really put in the work. It did exactly what we needed it to do. So, I mean, yeah, good on hands. Yeah, nothing to really say. Good on hands. It did great. I think the electric spam is interesting. I think this team, it's kind of cool because we tried this before with like Manectric, right? And we tried again with Xurkitree. We sort of did this with Xurkitree. Actually, how similar is this to the Xurkitree team? Yeah, so we had some kind of similar teams with Xurkitree here, where, yeah, we had some very similar teams. Lopunny version. But I think we had very similar, but Iron Hands just feels like it does what Xurkitree was trying to do, but way better. Like it actually has the power, it has the bulk to live a ton of stuff and the power to kill a ton of stuff. And like Xurkitree, it outspeeds basically nothing. But yeah, this to me feels pretty solid. And I honestly think we have not used Swords Dance hardly at all. You could slap on Fire Punch here to be better against Scizor. One-shot Pharaoh, have a super effective hit for Goldengo, and beat Shedinja Stall. So I think for the sake of beating Shedinja Stall, this may not be, if your hatred of Shed Stall is not as great as mine, and you're a little bit more restrained, then you don't have to make this change. But I kind of like Fire Punch because we just weren't clicking SD, and I think that the triple punches are kind of cool here. So yeah, let's do a vote. Part 2. Wait, that's a comment. Pull. Part 2 for hands, electric, spam. There we go. Let's get that voting started. There we go. Finally loaded up. Yeah, cool team. I honestly don't really see any major threats. I feel like we have a lot of matchups covered well. This might actually be a really solid team. I think Lele could be kind of threatening, but the Max Spadef Treads helps a good bit with that. And we have All Out Attack Scout, which is nice as well. But like a Phytinium Z Lele is, in an in unsurprising manner, is a huge threat. Yeah, Toxtricity elect spam is not something I would do. It's Toxtricity so bad. It's a shame. I thought like Terra Normal Boom Burst would pop off, but no, it just really didn't. Really, just really didn't. So let's see. We've got 93, 94% yes. This is one of the highest yes percentages we've had. So it looks like the people want to see a part two for hands, and I'm down to give it a part two as well. So we'll probably do that sometime soon. But yeah, for now, I'll end it there. I'll put this in the description as always. Thank you guys very much for attending, and I will end it there. Let me try to time this right. Gonna end this in 3, 2, 1.